told was, but they want to do something or the other, and I told him, I said, don't worry, I'm the president. They will not give you any color. So in the next week,
we are here at the 7th annual constituency stakeholders meeting at the Ifako Ijaiye local government area hall with the theme Increasing Wave of Drug Abuse, a Threat to Nation Building. I am Penradio reporting live for Penradio.
More disturbing is the revelation of experts who have established nexus between the menace of drug abuse and rising incidences of violent crimes in the country, such as kidnapping and banditry. This worrying development has recently corroborated by the chairman of the Drug Law Enforcement Agency, Brigadier General Obama, stated that Nigeria was not only the highest user of cannabis worldwide, but that the relations for kidnapped victims had confirmed the fact that the use of illicit substances were enablers of insecurity currently plaguing the country, he said. Banditry, insurgency, kidnapping, and other criminal activities all have roots in the use of harsh substances. Until we face the menace squarely, the problem of the insecurity will continue to remain with us.
Today, our parents will leave their house by 5 a.m. They will leave the child to an house help. An house help that will have a girlfriend or a boyfriend. So what training will the houseboy give or the housegirl give to the child? So the most important thing first is the training from our parents at home. Then, secondly, it still boils down to our parents. The second student said it, the control of social media. Today, okay, let's cite an example. When the federal government banned Twitter, we will see that fake news circulation reduced drastically. I can remember when I was growing, my father went to my HOD in the university to tell him to always give him reports about me. He went to the university to visit my HOD. These are envelopes with stamps on them. I want the response of my child sent to me directly. We don't have time for our kids to pay.
So we need to work very hard on our community with the traditional relapse. It's our primary job. Because governments in Alabsa cannot know what is happening in Jokudimu or their environment in Ifako here. It's not possible for them. It is what we inform them that is happening in our community that they will welcome. It's not possible. They don't have 3 eyes. They only concentrating there to make loss for us. But we need to assist them in doing this government.
And every time I will thank God for Ifako. And what is happening here is not comparable to other local governments. And it will continue to be peaceful. And so please, let us rise up. Let us rise up. When you report to the police, and you know them are you report them to the police, you will go back and bail them out. And which is not right. And Mr. Moderator, anytime you want to do something, English don't stop you. We want to hear Yoruba here. We are in the southwest. Go to the north. They speak outside here. Kilometer mama at your program. Mama say we want to speak Yoruba. I guess Yoruba. So continue like that. Communities behind this local government. Be a party stop on.
At every given period in this state, crimes are motivated by drug abuse. The most challenging one is the fact that if you go around, we know where the drugs are. Am I lying? I'm on low. NDLA, you know what I'm saying. If you get even close to the seat of government, some of these places are around that are obvious. I'm not making any particular description.
Right.
But we know, and I put up that challenge to our people who are leading us in this nation. Within our neighborhood, we know where the marijuanas and the cannabis are. What are we doing about them? Well, how do we get back to the values that make us to? When I was much younger, I believe anybody that smoked any of these substances will go mad immediately. That was deterrent for some of us growing up. But these days, they are everywhere. Please, we want you to signify. If you have any question pertaining to this, or if you have any close suggestion. Thank you very much.
All apprehended drug users should be made provision for in terms of rehabilitation. I've driven Uber before, and some people have been apprehended in my car on the island, which I believe most of the users are residents. To my surprise, in 2 days' time, I had to convey these same girls that were apprehended in my car. So that is why I'm suggesting to you, sirs, present here, let the distribution channel be addressed by our security agents, and let there be a proper foundation for rehabilitation. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you.
In my area where I covered, Babatunde Pelodun, Musa Doluwa, I mean, smoking and drinking, all these things, it's like a carnival. If you go to the towards the canal, you see many of them. They don't hide it anymore. Every morning, every afternoon, you see them in groups, drinking and smoking this thing. We have spoken to them, we have talked to them, but they are still doing it. I believe that they organizing this type of elaborate something is good, but following it up with action is very, very important. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Adúpẹ́ni ọwọ́ honourable speaker and the entire 40 members of the House of Assembly ẹ̀jẹ̀ kápátẹ̀ ọ̀fun ẹ̀jẹ̀ kápátẹ̀ ọ̀fun for this good initiative. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́, ṣé ẹni kìíní kan wà ní nǹkan tí a ń sọ yìí? Honourable mention ẹ̀ díẹ̀. Obìnrin kan tó sọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀kan ó sọ̀rọ̀ díẹ̀. Kì í ṣe mímu nìkan ló ń fà á tí àwọn èèyàn fi wà lọ́ọ̀dù láti máa involve in drug abuse. Ọ̀rọ̀ owó wà bẹ́ẹ̀. Tẹ́ ẹ bá ṣọ́ra petroleum drug ló tún jẹ́ owó tún gbóró lérí jù. Tí èèyàn táwọn èèyàn bá gbé drug lọ sí ìlú òyìnbó, they will make hundreds of millions.
For a woman to come out, ó ní ọmọ òun mú gbó, where is that woman? Wọ́n ti lọ. Ní agbára tó lọ́wọ́ ọmọ ẹ máa bọ́ nù dé. Ń tó fi ọmọ yẹn lọ mú gbó máa padà lẹ́yìn. Bí woman yẹn ṣe bọ́ sí gbangba tó sọ̀rọ̀ ọmú ẹ̀ jáde, ó máa rẹ́rìn-ín lórí ọmọ yẹn. Ọlọ́run ó máa jèrè ọmọ yẹn. Gbogbo ẹ̀mí tó bá ní kò ní kí ọmọ yẹn, ẹ̀mí yẹn máa parun lójú ayé ẹ̀. Gbogbo ẹ̀mí tẹ ní ìṣòro yẹn bí báyìí. Tó jẹ́ pé ìbọn ti ta ká ẹ̀ sọ̀rọ̀. Lórúkọ Jésù ẹ̀ máa délé ẹ̀ máa rẹ́rìn-ín.
I love this program because my own personal issue is there. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n sọ ní Yorùbá generally. Nígbà ṣe rí ọ̀rọ̀ igbó tí wọ́n sọ yìí, àdánwò ni fún àwa tí ọmọ wọn bá mú. We spend a lot of money because of this thing. Tá a bá lè rí ọ̀nà tẹ́ bá bá wa fi yanjú ìṣòro torí ìbànújẹ́ ni fóònù yìí. Tọ́mọ ẹ̀ bá gbogbo tó bá rò ó, á wo bó ṣe wá, á bó ṣe lọ. Solution inú mi dùn fún programu bàbá máa bá wa ṣe ti ọlọ́wà fún mi. Thank you.
The minors group, I call them the minors group because they are little children. There have been some cases where some children of about 3, 4, they are sniffing chicha. There is something they call chicha. You have 2 different types. The other bigger type and the pen type. They sniff it. And all these things, is a cankerworm that is eating up the nation.
The parents have a lot to do about this case. The parents have a lot to do, right from the baby. You can imagine a 3 years old, not like the woman said, wrapping paper and putting light and trying to fake it. So our parents, àwọn ìyá wa, àwọn bàbá wa, ẹ jọ̀ọ́, ní sọ pé iṣẹ́, òbí mi máa jáde lé ní àárọ̀, and they will come back in the evening. So we don't know what the parents are really doing. I'm saying it because I'm a retired teacher. So we deal with a lot of students in school. And when you trace the history, mo lọ sílé kẹta lọ́dọ̀ àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ mi, ibẹ̀ ló ti kọ́ mi. And if you come by the parent, we don't know. So I want to advise the parent, check the back of your people, of your children, either in the morning or in the evening or at night.
Now there's another child. I asked him, when have you started smoking? He said, oh, at Shalewa, I started smoking at the age of 15 years old. I said, how old are you now? He said he's 28. I asked him, I said, when did you smoke? Can you tell me what makes you to smoke? He said the only reason he smoked is to get high, to think that if he did not take this loud, he called it loud that day, that if he did not take this loud, he can't think. And I said, oh, the energy you channel into smoking before you think, you can't channel it in another thing. He told me that I should tell him another way that he can use to think. If there's no other way, he can't stop thinking.
Now, we continue to act. So then my whole point is that we will implore the house, our representative of the house, if there can be something that has been lost. Because while we were in schools, in primary school and secondary school, we usually have someone called a counselor. And it is good because we know that a lot of people have things bothering us, but we don't have anyone to talk to. So if we can have in every organization, it can be a policy, in every organization, both in schools, in the local government, in churches, in banks, everywhere, that we have a counselor, because we need someone to talk to. Let's imagine someone is having issue with his wife or husband, and he gets to, is it the same person who will channel the agitation to? No, you need someone to talk to. So we will appreciate if we have a guardian or a counselor in every organization.
Everybody generally, we all have roles to play in the stopping of this drug abuse.
Thank you. The chairman of the Wanidogo community káàkiri at the same time. But gbogbo wa ta jẹ́ alákòóso, especially the CDC, the CDA, àwọn agbọ̀ngàn laníṣẹ́ yẹn jù, Reverend Ọ̀gbájọbí, so kẹ́ bá wa sọ fún gbogbo àwọn èèyàn wa. Anytime tó bá ti rí anything kan sọ, and I hope the council will probably come up with a toll-free line or whatever, talk about the report, especially drug-based or drug-related cases to us. So thank you so much. And I equally want to use the opportunity to announce that to crown this occasion, today there will be an empowerment program by the host himself. So we are going to be empowering about 100 widows and 100 petty traders. So because the beneficiary of such. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Ọ̀gbẹ́ni bá yọ́nú sí mi o, ó ṣọ́jú ìyọ́nú Ọlọ́run ọba, 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 òun lẹ́lẹ́ máa rí. Àánú mo rí gbà adé orí ọ̀gbìn. Àánú mo rí gbà adé orí ọ̀gbìn. Èmi jáyé orí mi adé orí ọ̀gbìn. Kì í dẹ́ ṣe mímọ́ ṣe adé orí ọ̀gbìn. Kì má dẹ́ ṣe mímọ́ ṣe adé orí ọ̀gbìn. Àánú mo rí gbà adé orí ọ̀gbìn. Ọmọ alá.
One thing you should take away from here is we should not stigmatize those who are using hard substance. Rather, we should encourage them to stop the habit and also encourage them to get rehabilitated. I have never used drugs, I have never touched drugs, and I will never touch drugs.
Well, first and foremost, I will encourage that there is this curriculum that has been taken out of our educational system, moral instruction. We don't really have it now. So I think the government is trying to bring it back to put that into our curriculum again. And like I said, it's still in the individual, the individual, the parents generally. The parents should see it now that it is important that they allow communities to take charge of their kids by training them. They allow the brothers, the elders in the community to caution their kids whenever they are doing anything wrong. That is the way we can go back to the old institution we have. Thank you. You're welcome.
If you tend to look at the rate at which the youths are actually misusing the drugs these days, so that's the reason why the foremost State House of Assembly today has decided that this topic is very, very important. And as you can see, we have the youths, we have all youths present. You have the students both at the secondary and the tertiary level are actually present. So we also have the Drug Law Enforcement Agency that actually come to tell the youths now they are meant to to go about the social growth in life, in which they would not be able to key into that aspect. So this particular topic is actually a good one. And let's even look at it together now today. You see the rate at which, if we go down to different perspective of the schools, even most of those are actually studying medical science. They will tell you that the doctors doesn't practice what they preach. It's because they are not making them understand that this thing is actually have adverse effects on them. It will totally tell on them. So if the parents are not doing their job right, so it's actually going to be a big problem to the entire youth. And if care is not taken, they tend to influence those other ones that have a positive minded and have something much more important to offer. So far so good. It has we've actually come to a conclusion that this in consumption of drugs is actually endangering the growth and the other socio-economic factors that is injurious to the youth at different level. So that is it.
Thank you very much for your time.
Well, my message to them is simply that all the advices that have been given here today, that they should heed, they should take heed, they should heed the advice of all the people that have contributed here today, all the goodwill messages, all the contributions of the people. The youth should see as the takeaways from this very good program and use it for their own self-development.
Firstly, I want to appreciate the leadership of the House, ably led by Right Honorable Dr. Ijaiye for this initiative. This is the 7th legislative stakeholders engagement, as we call it, or stakeholders meeting, or town hall meeting. And this is the 3rd one I will be doing today. And I would say clearly that all the stakeholders meetings that we've done have also been very effective. However, this is different because it is targeted at one of the most ravaging problems we have in our society today, which is the drug abuse by our youth and the older ones as well. This is different because it is important that we say that when we want to build the future, we have to build the youth. And we say build the youth, build the future. And we've noticed the increase in use of drug and illicit drugs by our youth and unprescribed drugs by our youth. And I think it is very important that we continue to enlighten them and to also make them understand that the need for them not to use these drugs so that they can have a proper future, they can have proper education, they can be employable is very necessary. And I think that is why this stakeholders engagement was conceived by the House, and it is being done across the 57 local governments where we have representatives of the House of Assembly.
and this is Penradio.
This is Penradio.
This is Penradio.
This is Penradio.
This is Ijaiye Penradio. Keep listening to Ijaiye Penradio, radio, radio. Ijaiye Penradio, radio, 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 radio.